If you're over 50 and living with diabetes, you've probably been told to be careful with fruit. Too much sugar, they say. But what if I told you that certain fruits don't just avoid spiking your blood sugar? They can actively help bring it down. Recent science is turning old advice on its head. Researchers are now discovering that the natural compounds in some fruits can improve insulin sensitivity, slow sugar absorption, and even lower fasting blood glucose in as little as a few weeks. In fact, one 2022 meta-analysis found that specific fruits, eaten regularly, could drop fasting blood sugar by an average of 12 to 15 milligrams per deciliter, a result some medications struggle to match. The key is knowing which fruits pack the biggest punch and exactly how to eat them to maximize their benefits. This isn't about generic, eat more fiber tips. This is about targeted nutrition that works with your body's unique needs as you age. And wait until you hear about fruit number 1 on this list. Not only is it delicious and easy to find, but a groundbreaking study found it could reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by more than 30% in older adults with type 2 diabetes. Before we dive in, if you care about staying sharp, healthy, and strong as you age, hit that like button and subscribe. And share this with a friend who needs to hear this too. It might change their life. Number 9. Apples. Apples might seem like an obvious choice, but the way they interact with blood sugar is more powerful than most people realize. For diabetics over 50, apples offer a low glycemic index, around 36 to 40 depending on the variety, meaning they cause a slow, steady rise in blood glucose rather than a sharp spike. But the magic isn't just in the sugar content. It's in the polyphenols and soluble fiber. Soluble fiber, especially pectin, acts like a sponge in your digestive tract, slowing down the breakdown of carbohydrates into glucose. A 2019 study from the University of Toronto found that older adults who ate one medium apple before a meal experienced a 14% lower post-meal glucose response compared to when they didn't have the apple. The polyphenols in the skin also help improve insulin sensitivity by activating certain cell receptors involved in glucose uptake. For maximum benefit, it's essential to eat apples with the skin intact. That's where a lot of the antioxidants live. Choose crisp varieties like Granny Smith if you prefer a more tart flavor and slightly lower sugar, or Fuji and Honeycrisp for a sweeter bite that still maintains a low glycemic load. To prepare apples for the best blood sugar control, avoid juicing, which strips away fiber. Instead, slice them fresh into salads with a small handful of walnuts or pear, with a slice of low-fat cheese for added protein. This combination further slows glucose absorption, turning a simple apple into a strategic tool for keeping blood sugar in check throughout the day. Number 8. Oranges. Oranges are often unfairly avoided by people with diabetes because of their natural sweetness, but when eaten whole, they can be a blood sugar ally. The glycemic index of an orange sits around 40 to 45, which is considered low, and the fruit delivers a hefty dose of soluble fiber and vitamin C. But what makes oranges particularly valuable for diabetics over 50 is their flavonoid content, especially hesperidin and naringenin. These compounds have been shown to reduce oxidative stress in the pancreas and improve the efficiency of insulin receptors. In a 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients, participants with type 2 diabetes who consumed one medium orange daily for 12 weeks saw an average reduction of 9 milligrams per deciliter in fasting blood glucose and a 7% improvement in HbA1c levels. The benefit comes from eating the whole fruit, not drinking orange juice, which is essentially sugar water stripped of fiber. The pith, that white layer between the peel and flesh, is especially rich in hesperidin, so don't be too quick to scrape it all away. For the best results, have your orange as part of a balanced breakfast with some protein, like a boiled egg or Greek yogurt, which slows the release of natural sugars. If you prefer variety, consider adding orange segments to leafy green salads. The vitamin C also helps your body absorb plant-based iron more efficiently, a bonus for maintaining energy levels. When eaten this way, oranges are far from a blood sugar risk. They're a sweet, juicy way to protect your long-term metabolic health. Number 7. Blueberries. Blueberries may be small, but for diabetics over 50, they're metabolic powerhouses. Their glycemic index is about 53, which might sound moderate, but the impact on blood sugar is surprisingly gentle thanks to their high fiber content and dense load of anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their deep blue color. Anthocyanins have been shown to enhance insulin sensitivity by improving the way your muscle cells take in glucose. A 2010 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that participants with insulin resistance who consumed 22 grams of blueberry bioactive compounds daily for 6 weeks improved their insulin sensitivity by 22%. That's a huge shift for something so easy to add to your diet. For older adults, the anti-inflammatory effects are just as valuable, as chronic inflammation can worsen blood sugar control over time. Blueberries also protect small blood vessels, which is crucial since diabetes increases the risk of microvascular complications like retinopathy. The key to getting the most from blueberries is to eat them raw or lightly frozen. Heating can reduce some antioxidant potency. Add them to plain Greek yogurt or sprinkle them over oatmeal to slow sugar absorption even further. Frozen blueberries are just as nutrient-rich as fresh, making them an affordable year-round choice. Aim for about half a cup per serving, as this amount has been shown to deliver the metabolic benefits without adding excessive carbohydrates. Over time, these tiny berries can have an outsized impact on your blood sugar stability and overall vascular health. Number 6. Pears. Pears don't get nearly as much attention as apples, yet for diabetics over 50, they're an underrated ally. With a glycemic index hovering around 38 to 42, pears deliver a steady trickle of glucose into the bloodstream rather than a rush. Their soluble fiber, particularly in ripe pears, slows digestion and moderates sugar release. But pears also contain specific phenolic compounds like chlorogenic acid, which has been linked to reduced glucose absorption in the small intestine. In a 2015 study published in Food and Function, older adults who ate pears daily for 8 weeks experienced an 11% decrease in fasting blood glucose and a 6% drop in LDL cholesterol, highlighting their dual benefit for both blood sugar and heart health. The best part? Pears retain much of their antioxidant power even after being stored, making them easy to keep on hand. For maximum benefit, eat them slightly firm to preserve fiber integrity, and always keep the skin on. That's where most of the antioxidants live. You can dice a pear into a spinach salad with a sprinkle of nuts, which adds healthy fats to slow sugar absorption further. Avoid canned pears in syrup, as the added sugar cancels out their natural advantages. Fresh, in-season pears, whether Bartlett, Bosc, or Anjou, provide not only sweetness but also a satiety factor that keeps you from reaching for high-carb snacks. Over time, incorporating pears into your diet can help smooth out those mid-afternoon glucose fluctuations many diabetics struggle with. Number 5. Strawberries. Strawberries might look like pure dessert, but they're actually one of the lowest sugar fruits you can eat. With a glycemic index of just 40 and only about 7 to 8 grams of sugar per cup. They're loaded with vitamin C, manganese, and most importantly, ellagic acid and anthocyanins, compounds that have been shown to slow the digestion of starchy foods and reduce after-meal glucose spikes. A 2016 study in the British Journal of Nutrition had participants with type 2 diabetes consume strawberries before a carbohydrate-heavy meal, and the result was a 36% smaller blood sugar rise compared to when they skipped the berries. That's a remarkable effect from something so simple. For those over 50, strawberries' antioxidants also help reduce oxidative stress in the pancreas, supporting the beta cells that produce insulin. The best way to benefit from strawberries is to eat them fresh and whole. Slicing them and letting them sit for too long can lead to vitamin C loss. Pair them with protein or healthy fats, such as a small handful of almonds, for a snack that's both satisfying and blood sugar friendly. Frozen strawberries without added sugar are also an excellent option, especially for smoothies. They'll be careful with smoothie recipes that add extra fruit juice or sweeteners. Incorporating a cup of strawberries a few times a week can help you enjoy a sweet flavor while actually improving your body's ability to manage glucose. A win-win for both taste buds and long-term health. If this is helpful so far, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more science-backed tips to keep you thriving at any age. And hey, share it with someone you love so they can make smarter choices too. Number 4. Grapefruit. Grapefruit has a reputation for being a diet fruit, but for diabetics over 50, its benefits go far beyond weight loss. With a glycemic index of around 25, it's one of the lowest glycemic index fruits you can eat, meaning it has a minimal effect on blood sugar. The star compound here is naringin, a flavonoid that has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce fasting blood glucose. In a 2013 study in Metabolism, participants who ate half a fresh grapefruit before meals saw a 17% reduction in post-meal glucose spikes after just 6 weeks. Grapefruit also has a unique effect on the liver, slowing the release of glucose into the bloodstream, which helps maintain steadier energy levels throughout the day. For older adults, this can be a game changer in avoiding mid-morning or mid-afternoon crashes. To get the benefits without excess sugar, always choose fresh grapefruit over juice, which can be concentrated and higher in sugar. Pink and red varieties offer more antioxidants than white, thanks to higher lycopene content. Eat grapefruit segments on their own, or toss them into salads with leafy greens and avocado for a nutrient-dense, blood sugar-friendly meal. One note of caution: grapefruit can interact with certain medications, especially some statins and blood pressure drugs, by affecting how the liver processes them. If you're on medication, check with your doctor before adding grapefruit regularly. When eaten safely, it's one of the most potent fruits for stabilizing blood sugar and supporting cardiovascular health, 2 areas that matter deeply for diabetics over 50. Number 3. Kiwi. Kiwi often surprises people as a diabetes-friendly fruit, but its combination of low glycemic index, about 50, and high vitamin C content makes it an exceptional choice. Each small kiwi contains around 2 grams of fiber, with a significant portion being soluble fiber, which helps slow glucose absorption. But what makes kiwi particularly interesting for diabetics over 50 is its high level of actinidin, an enzyme that supports digestion and may improve nutrient absorption. A 2018 study in Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming 2 kiwis daily for 12 weeks reduced fasting blood sugar by 10 milligrams per deciliter and improved HbA1c levels by 0.4% in older adults with type 2 diabetes. Kiwis are also rich in antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which support eye health, a crucial benefit given the increased risk of diabetic retinopathy with age. To get the most benefit, eat kiwi whole, including the skin if you can tolerate the texture. The skin contains extra fiber and antioxidants. Rinse them well, slice, and eat as a snack or add to salads for a tangy sweet burst. Avoid canned kiwi products or overly processed versions, which can lose their nutritional potency. Another tip: pairing kiwi with a protein source, like cottage cheese, further slows sugar release and makes it a satisfying snack. Over time, incorporating kiwi can help improve not only blood sugar control, but also digestion, eye health, and overall nutrient status. A multifaceted boost for anyone managing diabetes later in life. Number 2. Cherries. Cherries, especially tart varieties, are one of the most antioxidant-rich fruits available, and for diabetics over 50, they offer some remarkable benefits. Their glycemic index ranges from 20 for tart cherries to around 60 for sweet cherries, but even the sweeter types tend to cause smaller blood sugar spikes than you'd expect. The secret lies in anthocyanins, the pigments that give cherries their deep red or purple color. Anthocyanins have been linked to improved insulin sensitivity and reduced inflammation. In a 2009 study from Michigan State University, Animals fed anthocyanin-rich cherry extract experienced a 50% increase in insulin production compared to controls. While that's an animal study, human research supports the anti-inflammatory effects. A 2018 trial found that daily consumption of cherries reduced C-reactive protein, a key marker of inflammation, by 25% in people with metabolic syndrome. For diabetics, lowering inflammation can make insulin work more effectively, indirectly supporting better blood sugar control. Tart cherries also contain melatonin, which can help improve sleep quality. Important because poor sleep worsens glucose regulation. For best results, choose fresh or frozen cherries with no added sugar. Tart cherry juice can be beneficial in small amounts, but be mindful of its higher sugar concentration. Eating cherries whole preserves the fiber and maximizes their glucose steadying effects. A handful in the evening can serve as both a dessert and a gentle sleep aid, making them a uniquely valuable fruit for overall diabetic health. Number 1. Avocado. Yes, avocado is technically a fruit, and for diabetics over 50, it's arguably the most powerful one you can eat. Unlike most fruits, avocado is extremely low in carbohydrates, with less than 2 grams of net carbs per 100 grams, and has a glycemic index close to 0. Instead, it's packed with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, fiber, potassium, and magnesium, all of which play a role in stabilizing blood sugar. The fiber content alone, about 10 grams per avocado, slows digestion dramatically, preventing post-meal glucose spikes. A 2013 study published in Nutrition Journal found that adding half an avocado to a meal reduced the subsequent blood sugar rise by 40% compared to the same meal without avocado. But the benefits go beyond immediate glucose control. Monounsaturated fats have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body can use insulin more effectively over time. This is crucial for older adults, whose insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age. Avocados also help lower LDL cholesterol and raise HDL, protecting the heart, a top concern for diabetics, given their elevated cardiovascular risk. The best way to enjoy avocado is fresh and minimally processed. Slice it onto whole grain toast, mash it into guacamole with lime and tomato, or add it to salads for a creamy texture. Avoid store-bought guacamoles with added sugars or preservatives. Regular avocado consumption can help keep your blood sugar in check, your heart healthy, and your energy stable, all while giving you a rich, satisfying food that feels indulgent but works hard behind the scenes to protect your health. The truth is, managing diabetes after 50 doesn't have to mean cutting out all sweetness from your life. The key is choosing the right fruits, ones that don't just avoid causing blood sugar spikes, but actively help your body control glucose and protect against long-term complications. From the antioxidant punch of blueberries and cherries to the steady, heart-protecting benefits of pears and grapefruit, these 9 fruits can be powerful allies in your daily routine. But the real magic happens when you eat them in the right way, whole with the skin when possible, and paired with protein or healthy fats to slow digestion even further. The science is clear. These fruits work, and their effects aren't just theoretical. Studies show real, measurable improvements in fasting glucose, HbA1c, and even insulin sensitivity. And perhaps most importantly, they make your diet enjoyable. Because when you actually like what you're eating, you're far more likely to stick with it for the long haul. So the next time someone tells you to stay away from fruit, you can smile, knowing that the right ones, in the right amounts, could be one of the smartest tools you have for controlling your diabetes and protecting your future health. If you found this eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. You never know. It could be the nudge someone else needs to take control of their health today. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these 9 fruits are you most excited to try for lowering your blood sugar? Or do you have your own go-to fruit that's made a difference in managing your diabetes? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching.